Um, all right. Today we'll be talking about the preschool curriculum. Now, the preschool curriculum is a type of a curriculum that is a bit different from any other curriculum that we know. In the first place, let's come to the definition of a curriculum. When we talk about a curriculum, we normally refer to a course of study that is to be covered in order to fulfill or to accomplish some objectives. Now, when we talk about a course of study that is being provided to a group of people with the aim of accomplishing set goals, we may be looking at this in college level or at college level or at primary school level, secondary school level. But when it comes to preschools, normally we look at a curriculum as all activities that are planned and those that are not planned that are carried out in a school under the guidance of the school, under the leadership of the school. This is to say that a school is there because of some goals that have been set. It has to fulfill. A school is always put there to fulfill some goals that have been set there. Now, these goals have to be made, and if we are to meet these goals, then we have a group of activities that have to be carried out to fulfill the goals. Why do we talk about activities in this case? We talk about activities because we know when we talk about learning comes as a result of practice or experience. Now, if it is a permanent change as a result of practice and experience, then we have to look at it as activities that will enable a person to practice. These are activities. Now, we want people to learn. That means we are going to organize an environment where these people will be doing activities. And these activities that they will be doing are what we're going to call a curriculum. They will be carried out there. Now, the activities that will be there are going to be planned and some of them not planned. Now, someone might be, why do we say some of the activities not planned when we have some goals? Alright, we are going to understand this in this context where we talk about a curriculum. Let's look at the types of curriculum that we have. Now, before we go to talk about these types of curriculum, let's look at what activities, first of all, at random. Let's just talk about what activities do we expect from each of you or the children will be doing in a school that are going to be called a curriculum. Alright. In a flash of right, just keep silent and I give you a time to think over. Okay, what did you think of? You find yourself thinking of mathematics activities, you think of language activities, you think of science activities, you think of social activities, you might think of sports activities, which we call now physical activities, you might think of music and movement activities, or some will call them music and dance activities. All those constitute a curriculum. Now, in this case, we are going to look at these types now. Now, let's look at the types. We're going to have three types of curriculum that we know. We have the academic curriculum. That's the first type. And the second type is the extra curriculum. And the third type is the hidden curriculum. Someone might ask, how do I know these activities are within the academic curriculum? Alright, the academic curriculum is going to involve all those activities that are strictly planned. They are planned and strictly structured and followed. Now, what do we mean when we say that planned activities are strictly planned and followed? Here we are trying to talk about when we say we follow a curriculum, we make a follow-up of a curriculum. What do we do? Or any activity. That means we are going to make monitoring. Now, what activities in a school do we monitor, and what activities in a school are planned. So for example, if you look at our curriculum, you find that there are some subjects in a school whereby as the child goes to school, you have to do the monitoring thing or the evaluation thing, like testing, examining in different ways, and everyone is very much concerned about it. And you find that, oh, those are mathematics, language activities, physical activities when you go to, not physical activities, but geography, history. These are the subjects that we might talk about when you go to the level of primary schools. Sciences, we'll be talking about this, and you know, these are the subjects that we test children in different areas. And we have the second one that we call the extracurricular. In the extracurricular, these are planned activities, but they are loosely followed and structured. Now, just imagine if you have planned, or it is planned, the activity has been planned, but it is loosely followed and structured. What type of curriculum is it? These are those subjects that we learn in a school, but they are not monitored. Like, we do physical activities in school as subjects. People call it PE, some call it sports and games, but I have never, maybe in other parts of the world, but in our country or in our regions, we've never heard of people doing examinations on physical activity. Now, as I said before, the examinations are part of our part of our monitoring. We are evaluating what we have taught, but in those subjects we don't. Music, we teach music in schools, but we don't have the schools that do music exactly as take music for examinations or for tests, or trying to put people into this, the children or the learners into this examination thing or testing thing in music to know what level. We don't ask ourselves, okay, we are teaching music. Now at the end of the month we have to know how the children are able to sing or to play the musical instrument. Do we test, or do we give awards, or what marks do we give to them? Now we find ourselves not doing that. So these are what we call extra curriculum. They are also planned, but not strictly followed. The other reason why we say they are not strictly followed and structured is that some schools choose to teach some subjects and some schools choose not to teach. They just choose. However, our government, you find that they will be saying, okay, you have to choose at least 2 subjects from the extracurriculum. So you choose maybe music and physical education. So, music and religious education, or physical education and religious education. So that's what we do with the extracurriculum. However, we say this in this primary schools and secondary schools, but in nursery schools, the extracurriculum is very important and they have to be carried out, because at this age we need to know all the talents of the children. Now we can never know the talents of the children without stimulating them. And to stimulate a talent in a child, you have to involve this child in various activities. Now, in extracurriculum, this is where we have the activities that deal with talents. Right, let's look at music. Let's look at physical education, where we have all sports and games. Let's look at religious education. Right, those are the types of subjects that we talk about there. So we talk about physical education, we talk about music and movement, we talk about religious education. These are the subjects that are included in the extracurriculum subjects. So extracurriculum, we're going to have these subjects. Now let's look at this. I talked about the hidden curriculum. We have another part of the curriculum which we call the hidden. Why do we say hidden? Or let's look at the definition of a hidden curriculum. This is a type of curriculum which is not planned at all. Why do we call it a curriculum?